Attitude is our strength.
Attitude is never giving in.
Attitude makes us who we are.
1, 2, 3, attitude.
Spinning, hanging, layup, good.
Great job.
Takes it to the top of the rim.
Inside Villanova Basketball with Jay Wright is brought to you by your Quality Plus Ford dealers, proud sponsors of Villanova Wildcats basketball. By the Villanova University Office of Conference Services, the main line to your next successful meeting or special program. By Plymouth Country Club. By Mainline Diagnostic Imaging, the Delaware Valley's leader in outpatient diagnostic imaging. By Pico, they put their energy into helping you save energy and money. And by UPS.
We are Villanova University, passionate students, fearless innovators, future leaders. We are proud and grounded by humility. We learn together, work together, and celebrate together. We ignite change, making a difference together. Ignite change. Go Nova.
Gunderman Group.
Gunderman Group is growing.
Getting in a groove. Growth is gratifying.
Goal is to grow.
Gotta get greater growth.
I just talked to UPS. They've got expert advice, special discounts, new technologies, like smart pickups. They'll only show up when you print a label, and it's automatic. We save time and money.
Time?
Money?
Time and money.
Awesome.
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 I love logistics.
The design of the Ford Escape is clearly intended to grab your eye. Oh, and your foot. Huh, ain't that a kick? The Ford Escape with the foot-activated liftgate. Go open up something interesting. Go further.
Come on, man. Come on.
An energy-guzzling refrigerator can waste up to $150 a year. At Pico, we'll pick up your old fridge and pay you $50. Pico, we put our energy into helping you save energy and money.
Hello, I'm Jay Wright, and welcome to Inside Villanova Basketball. A real interesting piece to start off this week with John Shackleton, our strength and conditioning coach. He's one of the best in the business. If you look at our guys over their careers, you can see how they grow physically. You can see how their confidence grows. A lot of that is because of the work they put in. Strength, conditioning, stamina, nutrition. They grow with confidence because of all the work they put in with John Shackleton. It's a big part of our program, and it pays off at the end of every season.
Getting into top condition at Villanova is ultimately about the individual, but first, about the team.
When they come in as a team, we're expected to work hard, do all those things together, and I'm not even focused on the individual. We got to work.
It's a 4-year process, with each player seeking his peak performance body, and it starts on a Villanova player's first day.
When they come here, I think they're bought in already a little bit, but then when they meet me and we go through the program and things progress, they realize I got their back. I'm not trying to beat them down. I want to make them a better athlete, but in a smart way. They know I'm not like a drill sergeant. I don't care about numbers or just trying to make them fatigued. They know I always got their backs. So I'm always looking at what they're doing on the court, what we got coming up, what they did yesterday, and I'm always adapting the program. So when they come in here, we stimulate them, but then they can leave and go play ball without having broken down legs and all that. Get your set up for the pitch shark. 2 It really starts when they come in as a freshman, when it starts every summer. So I'll sit down with the coaches, really Coach Wright, and we'll talk about what each guy needs from a physical preparation standpoint and what we can develop that's going to help them on the basketball court in terms of like technique. Their window for improvement is so large that, you know, the program is actually really basic for them, but because they haven't been exposed to constant training, consistent through the years, they make great improvements the first summer, and right away that gets them.
It's more than just exercises and drills. It's a mindset.
Just like anything you try to change in life, it's going to be habits and being consistent, you know? So I'm consistently on the guys, trying to teach them, keep educating them, even though it can be frustrating at times. That's what I know. I mean, that's like kind of like my mission here. I'm coming here to get guys better.
Which begins with finding the right nutritional plan.
For an athlete, to make that engine run properly, you need balanced meals. So you need carbohydrates, you need fats, you need protein. That's the right balance. So I saw like guys that were here 3 years ago when I started, they've definitely changed their diets.
I don't think I've drinking soda since summertime. I don't think don't eat any sweets really, very, very rarely candy. Nothing fried. I haven't had anything fried in a long time. Just trying to stay away from that stuff because it really does hurt when you get on the court.
I'll take physique pictures of guys when they first come in, and I'll take them at the end of the summer, at the end of the year, and then I keep taking them every year. Like I'll show them the guys, like this is what you look like as a freshman, look at you now. And then when recruits come in, maybe a guy that plays a similar position, I'll show bodies for that position and say, look, this is what we did with Chris Shakin, his body now.
It was one of the hardest things I had to do, change my diet, change the things that I drink, you know, just focus on the little things that I was doing, work out more. It was pretty tough, but got adjusted to it fast. Coach Shaq and the guys, the coaches, they were great with their encouragement, and, you know, it's just something that I will continue to do even after basketball.
Shackleton stays in constant contact with Villanova head athletic trainer Jeff Pierce.
We meet every day, several times throughout the day, talking about different guys, different players who may be developing problems, who may have an issue, who may not have an issue, but he's throwing things at me and I'm throwing things back at him. You know, what if we try doing this? What if we try, maybe altering the room over here to address problems that we both see on the floor? We're doing a lot of hydration testing. That's something we have initiated really this year, and we found that by doing that, we've eliminated a lot of the soft tissue injuries.
Every day, an hour before the practice, I'm in the locker room. I test their urine to see how hydrated they are. It made them more aware of how they feel when they're hydrated versus when they're dehydrated. Because when I started in October, a lot of guys would come in before practice when I started testing and being dehydrated. I think guys are realizing what being hydrated feels like. Your joints don't hurt, and same thing with your muscles. When you're dehydrated, your muscles are going to be stiff. So guys are realizing that they're feeling better through being hydrated.
You feel stronger in the games, your body feels better, and it definitely helps a lot, so I definitely notice differences.
Just about every summer now, we've had at least one freshman. The vertical jump will go up 6 inches. So Josh Hart's went up his freshman year 6 inches, and then Phil Booth went up 6 inches. Phil Booth actually has the highest vertical now. We didn't even work too much on power and jumping. It was just getting him stronger. He needed a strength base. So now he's stronger, his muscles are able to contract harder and with more force, so it's able to propel him up in the air vertically and even linear on the court to run faster.
We do great stuff down there. Guys are really committed to it and it really helps you on the court. It's no joke, so we take advantage of nutrition, hydration, everything we can to make sure everybody can perform the best. So it's definitely different where I come from. I don't even pay attention to any of that. I never even pay attention to nutrition, lift every once in a while. But when I came here, I realized how much it helps me.
That's the most satisfying part about being a strength and conditioning coach, because you look at them as like this machine, but then what do we got to do to tune it up? And then you start slapping strength onto it, power, helping out with the mobility. You start fueling the machine better, and you see how much better they can perform on the court, and it's very satisfying. I think I'm getting better each year as a coach, learning from with Coach Wright, how he's a great coach, and all of his values and core values, stuff like that he teaches guys. I try to carry it over, try to preach it in a different way, but it's all the same message.
But let's never have that game where we lose and we're not true to who we are.
If you're planning your organization's next meeting or event, consider the Villanova University Office of Conference Services. You'll find state-of-the-art meeting facilities, award-winning dining services, modern guest apartments, professional one-stop planning assistance, and a convenient location right on the prestigious Villanova campus. Call us at 610-519-7580 or visit us at conferenceservices.villanova.edu. Villanova University Conference Services, the main line to your next successful meeting or special program.
Today, a doctor sees an MRI of a traumatic sports injury, a mammogram of tiny tumors, a CT scan of blocked blood vessels. MDI is the Delaware Valley's leader in outpatient diagnostic imaging, and we provide answers. From mammography with computer-aided detection to the most advanced open and high-field MRI. Our board-certified radiologists and supportive staff provide unsurpassed patient-focused care. MDI, Delaware Valley's leader in outpatient diagnostic imaging.
If you're a Delaware Valley golfer looking for the perfect place to call home, come take a look at Plymouth Country Club, located minutes west of Center City, Philadelphia, in beautiful Plymouth Meeting. This superior design will challenge your game and soothe your spirit. The clubhouse includes banquet facilities for up to 300, the perfect location for your wedding or special event. Plymouth Country Club offers a private club experience at a daily fee price, with membership starting at just $260 a month. Call or visit us on the web before this special offer disappears.
We are Villanova University, passionate students, fearless innovators, future leaders. We are proud and grounded by humility. We learn together, work together, and celebrate together. We ignite change, making a difference together. Ignite change. Go Nova.
It's the dream of every college basketball player, that moment when they first hit the floor in uniform for a game. But for Mikal Bridges, the team's preseason exhibition against Nyack may be the only time that happens this year. The plan is for Bridges to redshirt this season.
It was kind of a partnership, joint decision between him and coach, as opposed to you're too skinny, you're redshirting. He was playing really well in fall practice. I think we as a staff knew this guy could really help us. But the best thing for his future, being a 17-year-old kid when he arrived on campus, is imagine what he could be with a fifth year.
I wasn't really thinking of the idea like, all right, I'm gonna come in redshirt. Like, obviously, like I want to play. And then when coach brought up the idea, I just knew it was good for the future. So I really liked the idea. My parents, my mom, my dad talked about it, and we liked it. And right now I'm lifting a lot, doing extra work. It's just, of course, killing my body, but I just know for the future that it's gonna be good.
It means Bridges is working hard every day to improve himself for the future, but also to make his teammates better now.
He treats practice like his game day, and the only thing that we really ask of him is that you come in and you compete hard on the defensive end every day and push those guys.
Defense, just make sure getting everybody better and just playing hard. Make sure get them ready for the game, because that's just trying to get them ready. And so I just play as hard as I can.
He definitely contributes to this team, even though he's not out there, on game day. But the preparation, which is the most important part, he's, instrumental.
He's also really talented.
For a guy his size, 6'7", you don't normally see that come with the skill and IQ that he has. I think it's a credit to his high school coach. They played a passing game style of offense where he had to move, he had to cut, he had to learn to read and react to the game. And that was evident, the first couple practices he's playing with our guys. Some of the cuts he's making and the reads he's making off the ball, you just don't see that for kids his size. Most times a guy his size, he's a defender, he's a rebounder, blue-collar guy, but he possesses a great package of skill, IQ, and then also the physical side as well.
But even for a basketball prodigy, this level has many lessons to learn each day.
Mikal, you get a pass like that over your head, don't shoot that. You know what I'm saying? You barely saved it from going out of bounds. We want to take shots we 1-2 into.
I've never been pushed like this before. I'm learning a lot of things. Like the speed of the game, I'm watching how and how aggressive people are and like how intensity is. I just watch everything.
A lot of times you're teaching freshmen that as the season goes on, and you know what, the light bulb may not click on until halfway through their freshman year. Well, with Mikal, he has an entire freshman year where he should have an understanding that, you know what, I got to come hard, compete on the defensive end, rebound, and that's how I'm going to contribute immediately. And then, you know what, offensively, everything will take care of itself as long as I do those things.
For now, Bridges' reach still exceeds his grasp.
I know he wants to be out there, he wants to be with his team, wants to help us, but I think when he's looking long term, you know, he has a smile on his face thinking about it.
And what will we see from Mikal when he hits the court next year?
My body on the floor from diving and just playing hard on defense, and then just running the floor, just executing, just playing hard all the time. That's just me, just playing hard. That's what coach told me, just don't worry about being perfect. Just go out there and play hard and everything will come through.
One of Coach Shackleton's big projects this year is Mikal Bridges, a young man that we think has a really bright future at Villanova. He's got great length, he's got the skill to shoot the basketball, but most importantly, he's got a really smart perspective for a real young guy. He understands that as he builds his strength and his stamina this year, he's going to have 4 more years with this planned red shirt, that he can have a great career at Villanova.
We are Villanova University, passionate students, fearless innovators, future leaders. We are proud and grounded by humility. We learn together, work together, and celebrate together. We ignite change, making a difference together. Ignite change. Go Nova.
Amazing. The rush of driving a Mustang felt like never before.
I could happily probably cry right now.
That's insane.
It makes you feel like,
wow, that is amazing. Introducing the all-new Ford Mustang. Experience more online now.
Come on, man. Come on.
An energy-guzzling refrigerator can waste up to $150 a year. At Pico, we'll pick up your old fridge and pay you $50. Pico, we put our energy into helping you save energy and money.
If you're planning your organization's next meeting or event, consider the Villanova University Office of Conference Services. You'll find state-of-the-art meeting facilities, award-winning dining services, modern guest apartments, professional one-stop planning assistance, and a convenient location right on the prestigious Villanova campus. Call us at 610-519-7580 or visit us at conferenceservices.villanova.edu. Villanova University Conference Services, the main line to your next successful meeting or special program.
No one thought we could do it, but I did, and so did they.
Georgetown quickly back the other way. Wingate, long jump at the buzzer is short. Reggie Williams actually punched Chuck Everson in the face as the halftime ended. Punched him in the face. Raleigh runs out on the court looking for a call. That's going to do nothing more than get this crowd behind Villanova 100%. Villanova leads 29-28 at halftime.
I didn't think anything of it, but you know, it was a hard box out. Wingate was coming down. And the last thing I wanted to have happen is he puts one in and coach blasts off on me at halftime. Never thought anything other than that. It was a hard box out. It was a clean box out. And he just turned around, hit me, and just keep going. And then what some people don't know is when we exited the arena, we exited behind our bench, but our locker room was behind Georgetown's bench and vice versa. So we had a pass in the back. So those guys were all snickering and like, oh, this is nothing. We got this. We got this. And that just ticked everybody off even more. And Coach used that to our advantage. You know, what's really funny is in 2002, Prez and I went to the All-Star game. The NBA All-Star game was here in Philadelphia. I literally walked into Reggie Williams and I spun him around and said, "I'm ready now." And he started laughing and he gave me a big hug.
And so, at the half, a surprise. Without question, people were crowning the Georgetown Hoyas, but we still have 20 minutes of basketball to go, 29-28 to score.
So they credit me, my 3 minutes, they credit me with the turning point of the game, which I'm happy to take 30 years later. I've milked 3 minutes for 30 years, and there's not a lot of people that can do that.
Today, a doctor sees an MRI of a traumatic sports injury, a mammogram of tiny tumors, a CT scan of blocked blood vessels. MDI is the Delaware Valley's leader in outpatient diagnostic imaging, and we provide answers. From mammography with computer-aided detection to the most advanced open and high-field MRI. Our board-certified radiologists and supportive staff provide unsurpassed patient-focused care. MDI, Delaware Valley's leader in outpatient diagnostic imaging.
We are Villanova University, passionate students, fearless innovators, future leaders. We are proud and grounded by humility. We learn together, work together, and celebrate together. We ignite change, making a difference together. Ignite change. Go Nova.
Gunderman Group.
Gunderman Group is growing.
Getting in a groove.
Growth is gratifying.
Goal is to grow.
Gotta get greater growth.
I just talked to UPS. They've got expert advice, special discounts, new technologies, like smart pickups. They'll only show up when you print a label, and it's automatic. We save time and money.
Time?
Money?
Time and money.
Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I love logistics.
As players develop their bodies through their careers, things can go wrong, and they've got to have trust in the trainer to have a good rehab and get back on the court. We've got the best in the business in Jeff Pierce. He's been around a long time. He works with our team doctor, Mike Duncan, who's a Villanova grad, and they take care of our guys. Our players know to Jeff Pierce, they are first priority. Their well-being is first priority. They trust them while they're here. He gets them back on the court. He protects them if it's not good for them. And you can tell because when they finish playing at Villanova and they have an injury, they always come back to work with Jeff Pierce, just like you see Corey Fisher coming up.
In some ways, it looks like no time has passed. Corey Fisher firing jump shots on the Davis Center practice floor. His rebounder is the first clue that this is something different, but common. Former Wildcat pros returning home to get back into playing shape after injury, under the watchful eye of head trainer Jeff Pierce.
They could go anywhere they would want to go, anywhere that is convenient for them, but yet they choose to come back here because they're comfortable. They're comfortable with the atmosphere here. They're comfortable with the people who are here, and for them to be comfortable with what I'm doing and what I'm trying to help them with, it's very gratifying.
Pierce has done it before with Mike Nardi in his recuperation from ankle and Achilles injuries, or back from knee surgery with Alan Ray. Pierce always has a plan.
Knowing the game, knowing what we do here and what these guys have to do, we try to simulate what they're going to be doing on a court in a more controlled fashion. We're trying to overload that particular aspect of the game so that when he does return to the court, and I've eliminated that overload, that weighted or the resistance on him, it's going to be so much easier for him to perform at the level that he was prior to being injured.
While caring for the everyday bumps and bruises, as well as larger rehabs, Pierce has created a culture that players understand, but more importantly, that they trust.
They know that if something is developing, we're going to address it and we're going to take care of it right away. We don't want this thing to linger and develop, and it's not a reflection on how tough they are or anything like that. They're being smarter, how to take care of their body, what's being attuned to different things that's going on with them, that they want to address these problems rather than let it linger and develop into something that may cost them time on the floor.
He works closely with his head coach and strength coach, John Shackleton.
We have similar personalities, like no BS type personalities, and we get along really well. I learn a lot from Jeff. You know, he's got so much wisdom, so I'm always picking his mind about, you know, just the body, injuries, anatomy. You know, we talk shop all the time. We'll be at practice, you know, and that's what we'll be talking about most of the time.
Of course, Pierce is always there for when injuries do happen.
What happened, Chris? Did you turn it? Did you turn it?
And he has more to do than just to get the player back on the floor.
Just get to the bench, Chris. Get to the bench. Come on. Get to the bench.
To address what the problem is and try to maintain some type of control over the situation, whether it's just calming the individual down so that he's not overreacting. The biggest thing is they are just scared to death that something has happened that they're not going to be able to play anymore. So I think calming them down and reassuring them that we're going to take care of this problem, let's find out what it is, calm down, and then we'll go from there.
That's where Pierce's 30 years of experience come in. The ability to combine cutting-edge medical technology with the tried and true methods that have always worked in bringing injured players back.
With all the new technology, you can't eliminate the past. You can't eliminate your known techniques and known procedures that have worked for years and will continue to work. You can't eliminate them. Can these new technologies and these new devices enhance that? Without question, they can do that. So we try to blend the two together.
And Jeff isn't working alone. Team physician Mike Duncan, a former Villanova baseball player, is always close by. And Duncan's ability to work from campus, just steps away from the Davis Center and Pavilion, means that the right care is both fast and convenient.
It's a phone call, he's on campus, he's here. We can get these kids, regardless of what the problem is and the severity of the problem, we can have them evaluated within the hour. To have somebody on campus has really been an asset.
Over the years, Pierce has become a Villanova institution. He's watched many games and now has seen generations of Wildcats through their Villanova years and beyond. It's an honor, which Jeff enjoys. Most parts of it anyway.
The players that were here when I first got here are now parents of freshmen. You know, and it's like, okay, this is, now you really made me feel old. In fact, Mark Plansky brought his daughter down, who was a freshman here, and introduced her to me, and it's, you know, like, okay, now thank you for doing that. Yeah, that's, you know, now I am old.
Closest to the pin.
To be here for 27 years and over 100 different players have come through with different personalities and different things, and it's a lot of fun to go in August when we have our summer jam and they all come back and we sit and we tell stories of what it was back, you know, back then.
Development in terms of strength, conditioning, nutrition. If there's an injury, returning stronger than before. That's all part of our program here at Villanova with our coaches, our trainers, our doctors. We want our players to have the best care of anywhere in the country, and we feel they do. Well, that's going to do it for another edition of Inside Villanova Basketball. Until next time, I'm Jay Wright. Go Cats!
Inside Villanova Basketball with Jay Wright is brought to you by your Quality Plus Ford dealers, proud sponsors of Villanova Wildcats basketball, by the Villanova University Office of Conference Services, the main line to your next successful meeting or special program, by Plymouth Country Club, by Mainline Diagnostic Imaging, the Delaware Valley's leader in outpatient diagnostic imaging, by Pico, they put their energy into helping you save energy and money, and by UPS.